Oh my God, guys. What a nightmare stretch of baseball, huh? Hitting is awful, pitching is batting practice, and we can't make simple throws or catches anymore. Are we done? Is there anyone coming to save this team this season? It's a rough show ahead tonight on Habit Hunter. Hello, hello, A's faithful. Welcome to the Habit Hunter A's podcast and the House Always Wins Media Network. I'm Tim Burns. You can call me Hobbs, and I'm a sports writer covering the athletics for the guys at Mid-Valley Sports out of Los Angeles, where I cover the amazing A's as well as the entire NFL desk. You can find me at Sacktown A's Fans for Life on X and this, the Habit Hunter podcast. We identify problems as A's players might have or be developing and look for solutions. We talk about them, we argue about them, we look for answers. We analyze moves the front office and managers make, and we give our teams flowers when they shred, which is great. And we have been able to give a lot of that out lately. But remember to give the show a like. I know everyone asks that, but it keeps the show in the algorithm. At last check, we're at almost 450 loyal subscribers as a network. So make sure to join us and subscribe and check out all the amazing shows. There's a lot of them. Booney has built a team of shows that has the network looking like the old school WB, if you're old. Created by A's fanatics, so go surf the network. A new show is coming up called The Lab Analytics Podcast. Aiden is his name, and the dude has a big brain. I saw him on Sam's show where stats meet instinct, and I can't wait for that one to pop off. It's another big brain. Both of those guys have incredible insight on the analytics, so check them out. We're doing a limited roll call today because, frankly, only JKG deserves any love in this series. But stick around until the end. You know, the numbers are righteous. They tell the story. They tell the story. So it is good to be back. It's been a hectic week. I had friends at the house after through a couple of the games of the last series. And I was blessed with time, but I can't go 100% focus on friends and be micro-analyzing A's baseball. So I had to shut it down for a series. I do apologize, but I'm sure y'all get it. But the A's are really playing some bad baseball right now. Let's be real. So I'm going to try to inform. I'm going to try not to rant too much. But you know me. I'll get there and see where the show takes us. Okay. Anyway, we were swept again. The series I took off, swept. I hate it. We have nobody coming to save this pitching staff. Nobody. Or these uninspired bats. I mean, we're going to go over the bats. It's embarrassing. It's hard to be an A's fan right now. I'll be honest with you. It really is, because so much is going wrong. I think you guys all got the feel too. You know, people that were once, really gung-ho, you're down. I feel you, but we're all going to get through this. There's brighter days ahead. But the opener was typical athletics for the same reasons. And yes, we have to go over them again. Yes, we do. Because they keep doing them. Yeah, they keep doing them. So Tuesday afternoon was a 6-2 loss against the Tigers. 11-19 this year for the A's in openers. 11-19. Yeah. 11-19. It's just a season of coming out flat, and uninspired. Both at the plate and on the mound. Pretty much this entire series was like that. Basically, the first thing that went wrong was the Detroit starter, Tariq Skubal. We all know he's elite. His ERAs the last 3 seasons, 2.8, 2.39, 2.21. He's hard to score on, and he showed it. He struck out the side in the first. This is basically showing us how the day was going to be, He was piping strikes all game. First pitch strikes, 22 batters, 15 saw the first pitch strike. That's incredible. That's an incredible day. Either that or we just suck. I don't know. He had 9 0-2 counts on us. Just him. And 4 3-pitch strikeouts. That's ouch. He struck out the top 3 in the A's lineup. Geloff, Kurtz, and Shea 8 times. That's not the way we want the top of the order to produce, right? I said it. So, the dominant pitcher took the A's apart. And I liked the lineup, too. I did. I liked the lineup. Geloff at leadoff. We liked that. 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. We didn't like that. In 2 games, Geloff, truly ugly. 1 for 10, 7 Ks. He was down 0-2 6 times in 10 at-bats. I don't know. Maybe it's Chappie. Maybe Chappie got him. Maybe he hasn't entirely recovered from that, and now he's got a whole new injury, and we'll talk about that. Got a laceration to the knee. Not good. Kurtz, 0 for 5 with 2 Ks. That didn't cut it. And I want to go off topic for a sec with Kurtz. Flu aside. Okay, we'll say flu aside. Hearing Kurtz wants to relax and enjoy the All-Star weekend. That was disappointing in regards to not wanting to do a home run derby. And I'm not really big on those kind of things, but as an A's fan now, we made it a point to make some stink about where he was in the All-Star balloting, right? Everybody put up a yell saying, why is he 4th? They voted for him and he was asked to participate. And contrary to his narrative, I hate to say it like this, and Dallas Braden's opinion, resting players isn't the purpose of the All-Star break and its weekend activities. It isn't. That's not the purpose. It's nice to get that, but it's giving back to the fans. And if the fans want him to take 4 hours out of his likely 20-season career to showcase, he should do it. He just should do it. The A's are spiraling, and we know it, and we all know it's looking bleak. Unless they go out and get a couple of arms, we're in trouble. And I think the A's faithful, like you and I, or most of you and I, deserve to see him showcase, on a big scale, because that'll bring some eyes to the A's. I don't know what it'll do for them, but I don't know. That was just my rant. Avoiding fatigue and injury, it's a weak excuse for a guy in his prime. I didn't like it. Like, go out there and hit some balls. As for the lineup, Shea was 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. Colby Thomas, he struck out twice. He went 0 for 4. That was the A's, right? Said it again. Henry Bolte homered to open the 3rd inning and scored the only other run for the A's after getting hit by a pitch, I believe, with 1 out in the 7th inning. His bomb was 107.8 off the bat, which was amazing, 411 feet. Nice. But not when the other team's scoring more runs. Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, JKG, he had a great day at the plate. He had a great series. Today he didn't get a hit today, but, you go 3 for 4 back-to-back days. That averages out, right? I don't think he's a flash in the pan. At this point, he was batting .462. He had hits in 6 or 7 games, 4 multi-hit games at that point. He went 3 for 4 with a double in the opener. And I want to mention the ground out in the 8th, the only time he did not get aboard. He looked at 2 strikes. So he's down 0-2. And then he goes for 11 pitches before grounding out. That was amazing. That showed he fouled 6 pitches, okay, that were strikes, and 2 that were high. And he never reached a full count, even though he went 11 pitches when he grounded out. So it was a solid battle. I love that he was selective, and I love that he could protect the plate. Now he didn't do so well in the finale, but you can't expect that from him every single day. But overall, great. As a team, the A's went down 0-2 in a count 12 times total, and it's hard to win when you're behind in a count all the time, right? And they had a dozen strikeouts, so that's not very good. JT Ginn was down 2-0, just 5 pitches in. And I saw a post that said that we now have a 51 inning streak since we had a lead. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. Kevin McGonigal, he walked Colt Keith. He had a first pitch home run. That's how you got 2-0. That McGonigal kid, I think he's supposed to be pretty close to breaking a record for the reaching base the most times before the All-Star break. The guy was on the entire series. I was amazed, like in the finale when he didn't get on or something. Yeah, it was bad. Ginn, he settled in, but he only went 4 innings before being pulled, and everybody was wondering why. But it turns out he had stomach issues, and that stomach issues bites Kurtz later, apparently. That is our luck right now. And he had to turn in. He had some stomach issues. You don't want to have an accident throwing a sinker. I don't know. He lasted 4 innings. He only gave up 2 hits. The 2 runs was on the home run, 2 walks, 4 Ks, all looking. He looked pretty good. He had settled in. It was a shame he wasn't there longer. In the 4th, he hit Kerry Carpenter with the first pitch, and Zach McKinstry singled, but he navigated. They didn't score. So had he not basically, I don't know, hit the taco truck or whatever it was, things may have ended differently. I don't know. We may have been able to sneak one out. Jacob Lopez, he was promoted from Vegas. He went 3 innings in this game. Like I said, McGonigal singled to open the 5th, but next dude hit a grounder to Kurtz, who stepped on first. He threw to second, which was a great play because McGonigal, he overslid and he got doubled up on a tag, which was great. Lopez got 2 quick outs in the 6th and then melted down. He melted down. Of course, got to have one a game, right? Lopez then went walk, single, double, single, and blew the game open 6-1. I'm going to point out that our manager had already decided Lopez was going 3 innings. So he sat on his hands, as it were, and let Lopez work it out. But it's a typical outcome. I can only yell about it so much, apparently. It was just basically another Emercott super inning for our opposition. That's where you let the pitcher just has to work it out, because no matter what, he's pitching a finite amount of time, which is fine by me. But go visit him when it gets gnarly, please. And I'll keep saying it. It was pointed out to me that I bring it up a lot. Fair enough. But if the issue persists, I've got to keep bringing it up. If these super innings keep happening, we have to keep pointing it out. We just have to. Like the Yankees' 12 consecutive batter scoring, umpteen innings that a pitcher's kind of hung out there and DFA'd the next day. It's all part of that mantra. That's the point I'm bringing out. I'll point out that Butler called off JKG on the 3rd out. It was basically going to be a 3rd out. It was a fly ball. And then it watched it drop, and it melted down. They called it a hit. They called it, I think it was a double, but it wasn't called an error. But Butler has to, if you call for it, you better go get it. You called them off. Go get it. But it went south from there because of that. Even though it wasn't listed an error, it was an error. Okay. Elvis Alvarado allowed a single and a walk in the 8th, but struck out 3 to finish the A's on the mound. That's how the game went. But I bring all that up. Wednesday's games started out as weak as Tuesdays for the bats. And you're going to be surprised. The finale today, they literally struck out the first 3 A's batters in the first again. It's crazy. But the game was a repeat of the opener. Errors fueled the demise. Another 12 strikeouts by A's, and Geloff continued to strike out often. It's basically a problem at leadoff. I don't know why, but I'll give you the totals in the roll call if I feel like doing it, because we had horrible numbers. Springs is so predictable. Jeffrey Springs, our starter, so predictable. What am I going to say? I want to be nice to somebody. I'll be nice to JKG, I promise. Everybody else, I'm not so sure. Springs is so predictable. He gives up home runs. I posed this question to the guys in the chats. I said, when will Springs give up the first of 2 home runs? And Nick from Faithful Few on the House Always Wins Media Network, shameless plug. Nick nailed it. 2nd inning, 2-run homer. Bam. Crazy. You got to go watch that show. That's a good show. The A's are frankly about as bad as it gets right now. In the first, it was 1 pitch ground out, 2 pitch ground out, and a line out. 1, 2, 3, and 8 pitches. We did this all series. It's almost boring how lack of energy, and we're going to talk about that too, which is about as bad as all 3 striking out, going 1 pitch ground out, 2 pitch ground out, and then a line out and 8 pitches. It's almost as bad as striking out all 3 in the first, like they did in the opener and the finale. Crazy. Detroit sent 7 to the plate and only scored 1 run. And all of that started on an A's error. Geloff sailed to throw on a single, and dude took second. Kurtz, he appeared injured. He left the game between innings. Turns out he had the flu too. He was yakking in the dugout. Poor dude. A's starter Jeffrey Springs, he melts down after the error with 4-pitch walk. It's like the minute someone reaches base or something happens, Springs goes into automatic meltdown. You'll start watching it. Look at it. Whenever something like that happens, check the count of the next at bat. It's 3-0 almost every time. 3-0, 2-0. He's always having problems. So he 4-pitch walks the guy, throws out another walk, throws out another single, down 1-0. We were lucky the balls were hit hard enough that he only got 1 run out of it, which was great. But Springs' body language changes the minute a base runner comes aboard. He tenses up, and you can see that OF look on his face. You can see it. His face gets really flushed. At first, I thought he was just hot. No, it's when he starts. That's one of his tells, so to speak. It's like, no, he flushes. He flushes, and you see it. He leads baseball with 26 home runs given up this year. That's over 2 a start. It's got to be a record, or pretty darn close, because the network's boy Nick, it's so bad he nails it down to exactly what happens. That's crazy. Makes you wonder, though, what it'll take to get him to move him to the pen or something, because he's almost guaranteed to give up 6 earned runs a start. And that's not a lie. I'll tell you why a little later. A's battled a bit in the 6th. 2 quick outs, then a double by Butler, infield single by JKG, but Cortez struck out on 3 pitches. That's nasty. Springs continued his outing. predicted that 2-run blast. You got to go watch the Faithful Few, by the way. Find out what a home wrecker is. That's funny. That is funny. Springs was still in it, though. He's down 3-1 in the fifth, but we know he has to give up second home run. That's why I put the question to everybody. What was the first home run of 2 home runs, but that there were going to be 2 home runs. And of course, right? Single, Torkelson, bomb. We're down 6-1, and then he walked another dude before being pulled. His day is like his day is always, right? 4 and the third inning, 6 hits, 2 home runs, 6 earned, 4 walks, 4 Ks. ERA north of 6, yeah, right now. That, why would you keep doing that? I believe his last ERAs for his starts was 5 in a game, 6 in a game, like 3, then 6, and then another 6. It's like 4 of the last 5 starts with 6 earned runs. And you can't keep throwing that out there. You might as well do the committee thing at this point, like they tried in the finale. At the plate, JKG appears to be the real deal. He went 3 for 4 and was at 500 after Wednesday. Most everyone else was a disaster. Geloff 0 for 5, 3 Ks, 3-0-2 counts. At a glance, it feels like he's easily set up the fastball. The changeup's getting him. But then, right now, who knows how long he's going to be out. Too many 0-2 counts for him. Looks kind of like Rooker did earlier this season. That's why I got the feeling after the first 2 games. Bolte, he had a rough game at the bottom of the order too. 0 for 4. 3 Ks, couple of 0-2 counts. A's had 23 0-2 counts in 2 games. It's not a coincidence they had 24 strikeouts in 2 games too. Top 3 guys, like we were talking, Geloff, Kurtz, and Shea through 2 games, 1 for 19. 12 strikeouts, 10 0-2 counts. That's abysmal. Those are our, our bats that we really need, right? Justin Sterner was the first reliever out of the gate. And he finished the 5th, leaving that last walk by Springs stranded. Mason Barnett gave up a couple walks, but nobody scored. Jose Suarez, he pitched a scoreless 7th and 8th. Looked nice, 4 Ks. They stretched his pitching into the finale today. When I saw the lineup for the finale, I was like, good. JKG leading off because, Geloff had 7 strikeouts. I was like, we need to move him out of leadoff. They put JKG in there, and I was stoked. He was playing third, which I liked. Didn't like Sodi out after 1 game. I didn't like that. With where we're at, 10 games, 11 games under 500 now, play the dude. Doesn't matter now, And just like the opener, the Tigers struck out the side in the first. Like I told you, JKG, Kurtz, and Shea. So even though we switched out JKG, he had the same problem. Even though he pitched the final 2 innings of Wednesday's game, Jose Suarez started and pitched 10-pitch 1-2-3 first. Great. Like I told you, A's were almost as bad. 1-2-3 and 10 pitches is horrible. It's uncompetitive. Horrible. Suarez was lefty. He K'd the first guy in the second, and then Jack Perkins replaced him. Perkins, he got 1 pitch ground out, strikeout. He was done. Nice 1-2-3 inning. A's just not competitive. 1-2-3 inning, 12 pitches, nothing. We lost Geloff to a knee injury, catching Zach McKinstry's fly and left outside of left field territory, in foul territory. He got it, but he slid in and whacked his knee, and apparently there's an underlying laceration. I don't know what that means. I didn't see blood, but yeah, he went down twice, so it had to hurt. After a long delay, Perk served up a solo shot to Jake Rogers. kind of what we do. 1-0. Fourth for the A's, 2 strikeouts, pathetic. We did avoid the perfect game by then because it had been going perfect. Shea got hit by a pitch. That was pretty much it. 1-2-3 inning for Perk, not bad. In the 5th, Wilson singled on the first pitch to break up the no-no, which was good. Butler got hit by a pitch, and Wilson scored later on a ground out. So it was 1-1. Everything was close. Bolte laid for the line drive in left center gap. If you guys saw that, if you didn't, go back and look. Bolte, he laid out completely, just dived for the ball. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful play. Great catch. But Perk walked the guy, and we were in the chat, and I was saying, watch what he does. Home run, McKinstry, down 3-1. Walked the next guy. He was done. Then it was kind of a revolving door of relievers. Luis Medina, he ended the pain. He was down 3-1. So we're still within reach, but our bats, man. We actually got back-to-back singles in the 6th by Shea and Jonah Heim. But, of course, on 3 pitches, it's always that way. It seems like it's always that way. Wilson, he struck out on 3 pitches and ended the thread. Medina, he stayed in. He allowed a single, but he retired the next 3. So Medina had a good 5th and 6th for sure. And Braden, keep the Pornhub foot fetishes out of the booth. Quit talking about Jenny's toes. It's creepy. It's creepy. It's it creeps me out. Anyway, the 7th, just weak 1-2-3 inning for the A's at the plate. 11 pitches, 2 struck out. This is what rolling over looks like. I mean, I hate to say it like that. It's just no effort. It's just dead. Hogan Harris gives up the first career hit to some dude named Valencia. I don't remember his name now. I didn't write it down. I don't care. Pisses me off. Home run, of course. Added a walk and a McGonigal single. That dude's going to break the record. Whatever the record is, he's going to break it. He's got an amazing eye. Great approach. For real. He's good. 8th, McNeil, pinch hit single, killed by a double play. And what happens? Kurt strikes out. Mark Leiter. I did write a note about that. We're so bad. Our bullpen's so bad. I was looking forward to seeing Mr. Foot Traffic. Not really. But you get my point, man. That's how we've been. Just seeing a new face that isn't going to give up a 2-run bomb in there. They get 1 inning and they give up a 2-run bomb. It's annoying. Every guy, 2-run bomb, 2-run bomb, 2-run bomb. He allowed a 2-out single, and then he hit the Valencia kid. Serves him right for getting a home run. But he struck out McKinstry, which was good. 9th inning, Shea walked, Heim K's. Wilson singles. Brought the tying run to the plate. But what did we do? Okay, we didn't strike out. No, we didn't do that. We lined out, and it was over. Got swept 2 series in a row. If it wasn't 11:49 a.m. or p.m., I'd be yelling. But I'm trying to be quiet so my wife can sleep. This has me shredded. I'm really disappointed in my team. And we have no savior on the horizon. We don't. It's hard. I guess we'll do a little bit of roll call. It's not my favorite part of the show today. 41-52. How did we? Weren't we just 1 game under 500 yesterday? Feels like it. 6 games back in the AL West, as of the time I wrote my notes. We were horrible at the plate. 19 for 100. You know the average, 190. Lead off in this series, 1 for 14, 9 strikeouts. And that includes a guy, JKG, who batted 500 in the series. And he had an 0 for day. Nothing is going right. We get someone back, someone gets hurt. We get somebody back, someone gets sick. We're doomed, man. We're doomed. Voodoo dolls. We got to get voodoo dolls. Power. Let's talk about power versus the Tigers. Yeah, that's about it. All right, 3 doubles and a home run. Shohei Ohtani does that in an opener. Does that by the 7th inning. That's when we had the whole series, the entire team. We drew just 5 walks. 5 walks. We can't even draw a walk. If you're not hitting, draw a walk, right? That's where we are. I don't know. It's a focus. I don't know. Focus. But they struck out 35 times. That's almost 12 a game. 12, 12, and 11, right? 12 a game. The A's batting average is at 246. It's going to hover there forever. 12th in baseball. Who cares? 11 games below 500 now. That's crazy. How do we get there? It's frustrating. A's left on base, 24. That's ungodly. 3 for 21 with runners in scoring position. I should stop. I should really stop. Team ERA, 5.12. 29th still. You know, thank God. I don't even look and see who's below him. Probably Colorado. I don't know. Should be Colorado, but 5.12 is disgusting. It's too many of those Emercott off the rail innings. How does Emerson have a job? I'll say it again. I don't care. My show. I'll say what I want. How does Scott Emerson, pitching coach, have a job? He's been there since time began. My kid was in high school when, geez, I'm old. Damn. He was in high school when that guy got his job. How does he have a job when almost every game someone flies off the rails? And oh my God. 5.12 ERA is a joke. And you know what I did see after the game? I don't know. I guess I'm being a jerk about it, but if you've just been swept for the second time, at least until you get off the field, don't be joking around, slapping people on the back. That's irritating to a fan. And I'm no expert. I'm just a fan talking smack. But shouldn't be joking around if you suck right now and your decisions suck and your decisions DFA people and your decisions cost guys their sanity and their confidence. How does this guy have his job? I have noticed in the chats, because I'm old, I'm on Facebook too. And the chats, they say a lot. For the first time, I'm seeing all kinds of different people yelling about Kotze. And usually you got that right down the middle. And they're right down the middle in this network. There are guys who rail for Kotze. And I get it. I loved him as a player. Probably the best college player in history. There ain't no doubt there. On the mound and off. Guy's a stud. Seems like a nice dude. He's just lax. Dude, we've just been too damn long with him. Go look at his record. I wish I wrote it down. It's midnight. Right? But he shouldn't be a manager right now. He's done nothing to show he's awesome. Anyway, I'm going to whip through this. Starters, their ERA was almost 8. Relievers, they shuttered more innings. I mean, primarily because today Suarez only went 4 outs. So, yeah, everything else is considered relief. To me, it's almost like Perkins is the real starter. I mean, in reality, he's the one who did the innings, right? Majority. But they went 14 in the third innings, 8 earned runs. So the ERA is, see, I didn't write this, over 5, right around 5. Individually. Yeah, this won't take me long. We're at 34. This isn't going to take long. Shea, 2 for 9. Kurtz, 0 for 10. Sodi, congratulations. You're almost at the top of the pledge class. 1 for 4, 250. Jacob Wilson, 2 for 11. Congratulations. You have the most hits on the team. Cortez, 1 for 4. Alika Williams, 0 for 2. McNeil, also 2 for 5. He actually, well, it's 2 for 5, 400. I can't remember numbers now. Zach Geloff. Did Chappie really mess up his swing? Let's be real. He was 1 for 11, 7 Ks, 6-0-2 counts, and he got hurt. That guy's got such bad luck. Just thought he got that swing back, and I'm going to get a Chappie voodoo doll. Somebody go send me a lock of his hair. Henry Bolte, 1 for 10. Lawrence Butler, hovering around 200. I think he's 199. 1 for 8. Defense is horrible. Every time something goes to right, I'm like, start twitching. Max Muncy, why is he even on there? We sent him to AAA. JKG basically showed him the door. I hate to say that, but JKG is all that. Yeah. Jonah Heim, 2 for 7. Not too bad. Colby Thomas, 0 for 5. And our big dude, JKG, 6 for 12 in the series. He was the only good bat on the whole damn team. Batting .441, and he looks good so far. He really does. The All-Star break can't get here fast enough, guys, for real. For real. Next up is the White Sox, who lead their division, of course. You got to always hit people when they're peaking. And good thing is we're on the road, and our pitching is different on the road. Still sucks, but it's a bit better, significantly better. If the networks are putting the stat up, I guess we're okay on the road from an ERA standpoint, but we're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble right now. And this is what I say. Get at least one win in this last 3. Go all in. Use whoever the hell you need to get one freaking win before the break. And then enjoy the break. Kurtz is. Right? That's all I got. As always, be excellent to each other. I'm out.